Once upon a time, there was a great famine in the land. The animals were hungry and desperate. One day, the tortoise heard that the birds were planning to attend a grand feast in the sky, hosted by the Sky King. Eager to join the feast, the tortoise's eyes sparkled with determination as he gazed up at the sky. He had always been fascinated by the bird's ability to fly and explore the world beyond the barren landscape. And now, a grand feast in the sky? It sounded like the most magnificent thing he had ever heard. "I must find a way to join them," the tortoise said to himself, his mind racing with ideas. He thought of a clever plan and approached the birds. He asked if he could join them at the feast. "Hello, my bird friends," Tortoise said. "I hear you are all invited to a grand feast in the sky. May I join you?" The birds, knowing Tortoise's tricky ways, were careful. The wise old parrot said, "Tortoise, we know you like to play tricks. Why should we trust you to come with us?" Tortoise put his hand on his chest and said, "I promise to behave. I am very hungry like all of you and just want to enjoy the feast." After talking for a while, the birds agreed. "But how will you fly with us, Tortoise?" asked Sparrow. "You have no wings." "That is a small problem," Tortoise replied. "If each of you gives me one feather, I can make a pair of wings to join you." Even though they were unsure, the birds each gave Tortoise a feather. Tortoise made a pair of wings and put them on his back. On the day of the feast, Tortoise and the birds flew up to the sky. As they were getting close, Tortoise had an idea. "Friends, this is a special day," Tortoise said. "Let's all take new names for the feast. I will be called all of you." The birds, not suspecting anything, agreed and chose new names. Parrot picked Wisdom, Sparrow picked Quick Wing, and Dove picked Gentle Heart, among others. When they arrived, the Sky King welcomed them. "Welcome, dear guests. A feast has been prepared for all of you." Tortoise stepped forward. "That means the feast is for me," he said, "since my name is all of you." The birds were very angry. "Tortoise, this is not fair," cried Parrot. "The feast was for everyone." Tortoise shrugged. "You agreed to the names, didn't you? Now, if you'll excuse me."
He ate most of the feast, leaving only a little for the birds. Full and happy, Tortoise was ready to go home. After the feast, the birds angrily took back their feathers, leaving Tortoise stuck in the sky. Seeing his problem, Tortoise begged the birds for help. "Please, friends, do not leave me here," he begged. "I will die." "You brought this on yourself, Tortoise," Parrot said. "You cannot always play tricks and expect no consequences." Desperate, Tortoise decided to jump from the sky, hoping to survive the fall. He called out to his wife below. "Wife, put all the soft things we have outside so I can land safely." His wife, not understanding clearly, thought he meant the hard things to make a strong landing. She put out mortars and pestles instead. When Tortoise jumped, he landed on the hard objects, breaking his shell into many pieces. His wife, shocked, quickly picked up the pieces and put him back together, but the cracks stayed forever. "Oh, my dear husband," she cried. "Why didn't you tell me clearly what you needed?" Tortoise groaned in pain. "It was my own tricks that caused this. I need to be more honest." From that day on, the tortoise shell has always been cracked, reminding everyone of his trickery and the price he paid. The animals learned that being dishonest and selfish, no matter how clever, always leads to trouble.